Hello everyone, this is Atram, and today we're playing a new deck. So let's start with the deck list, shall we? Okay, so our deck today is blue-white, well, no, not blue-white control, Bant Control. So, um, it's a 26 land deck, 34 main deck spells, 1 elixir, of course, 1 blind obedience, 2 Simic Charm, which is really an interesting thing. I've won a Mutavault battle because of that. I can blank removal effects that target like my planeswalkers, and you can even bounce a creature if you need to. 4 Detention Sphere, 2 Banishing Light, 4 Dissolve, 2 Divination, 3 Kiora, 3 Jace, 4 Supreme Verdict, 2 Elspeth, 2 Syncopate, 4 Revs. The 26 lands I have in here are 4 Hallowed Fountains, 4 Temple of Enlightenment, 1 Temple Garden, 1 Temple of Plenty, 3 Breeding Pool, 3 Temple Mystery, and 4 of each of my main 2 basics, which are blue and white, and then 2 Mutavaults. In the sideboard, we have a single Pithing Needle, we have 2 Deicides, 3 Gainsays, 2 Last Breath, 2 Selesnya Charm, a second Blind Obedience, 3 Nyx Fleece Ram, and 1 Aetherling. Aetherling's really for the mono black and control matches where you really just want to move quicker on them sometimes. So, that's that. Alright. Well, now I guess we'll get into what you're actually here for, to watch me either win or lose. So, we'll join a queue, and we'll see what happens. So far, I just created this deck today, so bear that in mind, but I'm 3-1 with it already. I have won against Gen Monsters. I have won against Green White Enchantress. I lost to Golgari Devotion or Black Green Devotion. And then I recently won a game against Esper Control. Uh, and that one was literally a game, not a match, because, well, yeah. It was just one of those things. So hopefully this will get started here soon, and we can just kind of go with it. Hmm. Ah, here we go. Alright, so we won the die roll. We'll play first. Well, that's, interesting. um, it's got a lot of land to it. Huh. I don't even know if, I think the chances I'll draw better. We're gonna try it. I don't know what our chances of drawing a better hand are, so we're just gonna roll with the 6 land Supreme Verdict hand. That'll give us some earlier disruption if we need it. We're facing off against Tor. Harry, +1 Thoughtseize, -3 Merfolk land. Wyvern, +2 Tormont. Huh. Okay. Ah! Well, that makes this a better hand, probably, because our opponent's probably going to be playing slower, too. Control versus control. Likely. I'd guess, at least. If he's not in control, I'd be surprised since he let out with Hallowed Fountain. But, who knows. So we'll go with Island. I probably should have let out Plains just in case, but that's a hit or miss situation. Okay. Okay, so he's like Guildgate. So he could have Syncopate for 1 up. I'm gonna test him. Either he has Syncopate or he doesn't. We're gonna risk it. Syncopate. Get Q. Yep. It was a risk. I knew that going into it. That's probably why he let out the guild gate, so that way I'd try it. I figured it was worth the shot, though. Sometimes it just happens that's not. And now he'll probably play his Jace, and then I'll have to de-sphere it. So, yep. Well, alrighty then. What do I actually care about? Mutavault, probably. I'd rather have the extra time. But, so he's going to take the Mutavault. Which is fine, I guess. Fortunately, right now, we don't have any actual answers to a Mutavault. Which, our answers to Mutavault are actually pretty scant anyways. At least main board it is. We have 2 of our own Mutavaults. And that's about it. Because Supreme, well, I guess Soldier tokens, technically. Kiora kind of stops the Mutavault. There's a few small things I can do against the Mutavault, but not many. So I'm guessing he's straight on like the blue-white control list that I saw earlier, which actually inspired me to build this list. On TCG Player, there was a blue-white control list posted by Melissa DeTora, and that's kind of what inspired me here. I'm guessing that's what he's on right now. But if that's the case, that's a one of syncopate. If it's not, maybe he made his own changes. There's possibilities there. We'll have to see. Okay, so what's he gonna do? Probably just smack me with a Mutavault, right? Nope. Play another Jace. Getting all dem Jaces. All of them Jaces. What the heck? Font of Fortunes? How weird. I guess it's kind of like divination. Kind of. Why not just run divination at that point? That seems strange. Who knows? So sitting on double Supreme Verdict just seems bad in this match, but whatever. He's like, skip my combat. Okay. I didn't want to be attacked by your Mutavaults anyways, buddy. Plays his Font of Fortunes. Pluses his Jace. And then probably passes over to me from there. I don't like revving at sorcery speed, but never mind. Well, I guess it would have been instant speed during my end step, but I was debating doing it during my end step so I could avoid getting hit by a dissolve on my rev. So he's gonna put his elixir into hand. So he's probably got a dissolve ready for my rev, which is unfortunate. Do I try it? No, I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll be patient and try to wait for him to, and have him do like his own rev first or something like that. Patience is key sometimes. Patience can be the key. Yep. Ideally, I'd have a counter spell so that way I can like rev and counter. But then again, if I did, I'd be like revving for 2 or 3 at that point. It wouldn't really matter quite as much. Okay. Well, he's not attacking me with the Mutavaults, which I'm fine with. So, that's something. So he's stacking the Font of Fortunes now. Hmm. Do I just run it into a dissolve? It's likely going to get dissolved. But we're going to just shoot for it anyways. Worst case, it gets dissolved, right? And dissolved. Knew it! And then you think, well, if you knew it, then why'd you do it? Well, sometimes I just feel like you need to. I mean, my hand does absolutely nothing against him, so. Now I'm tapped out, which is good for him, awful for me. He's drawn another Mutavault. I can hold Elspeth at bay for a while. I'd rather him not have another dissolve for me. Alright, so we put Elspeth on the bottom. So he's going to be holding up a dissolve for my next effect, which is unfortunate. Oh, and he has Deicide. This is the problem. When your opponent gets all the draw effects, they're in a clear advantage over you. Currently, I have had no extra card draw. He has drawn 1, 2, 3. He's used Jace 3 times. Used Azorius Charm and a Font of Fortunes. So he's had a significant amount of card draw. 4, probably like drawn. Well, let's see. He has 7 cards up on me right now. I guess we leave our dissolve on top to combat his dissolve. One good dissolve needs another, right? Or something like that. Deserves another dissolve in turn for dissolve. Whatever. It doesn't really matter now, does it? And that is the point. If it doesn't matter, it just doesn't matter. So, I guess ideally after we draw this dissolve, we draw a way to answer something at his. So that way, or even just like a rev, so that way I could like rev, leave up dissolve, and dissolve his dissolve. And find my way back into this game. So he's gonna crack his elixir now. Which is fine. Doesn't really bother me too much. So he's not even planning on attacking with these Mutavaults. He's just using them as colorless lands for some reason. Weird. Well, alright. That's our Rev and our Dissolve package. So, on his end step, we'll Rev for a bunch. And then we'll Dissolve. Unless he tries to Rev here, at which point then I try to Dissolve and he resolves his Rev. Nope. He's going to play it ever cautious on this one. So let's see, we can rev for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leaving up dissolve. It's not awful. And I could use an answer to his Jace, so. We'll make him burn dissolve plus whatever. Because I know he has at least one dissolve in hand. I go dissolve your dissolve. And then he goes counter your dissolve, counter your rev again, whatever. I guess. Or do I finally get a rev off? It'd be nice to actually have a revelation go off. Nope. No revelation for me. There's 3 dissolves on the stack there for you. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. And yep. That is quite unfortunate. But I guess that works. We get to stop his Jace from going ultimate, which is good for us. Unless he has yet another counterspell, which I would be very, very confused at this point. I'd be like, really? Oh, okay, we got another dissolve, so that's something to sit on, I guess. I'm really glad he's not trying to go for Mutavault beats, because otherwise I'd just be dead. Maybe he thinks they're just colorless lands. Oh, now he's going to try his own rev, and I'm going to say, no. You sit tight, buddy. Yeah, I don't care if you're going to mock it. Maybe you have a dissolve, maybe you don't. But I'm dissolving your rev. Blind obedience. That's cute. But I'm putting it on the bottom because it's not going to get me ahead in this match right now. I don't need another temple right now, so we'll put that on the bottom. So this control versus control match is going fine for me right now, I guess. I mean, I'm definitely not ahead, but I'm not really behind by too much. I'm behind by 4 cards. But I'm really surprised by the fact that he's just not using his Mutavaults as his weapons. That just seems bad on his part. Alright, let's divination here. Give me a little bit of card advantage. Whee! Card advantage. Still at a 2 card. Sorry about that. 2 card disadvantage, I guess, but still. So I've had 2 revelations countered, 1 dissolve countered, 1 dissolve successful. Interesting. Maybe he's playing around Quicken Supreme Verdict with his Mutavaults. But at that point, don't you just swing with one of them? It seems silly just to have him sit there. Also, seriously? Supreme Verdicts from all heck in here? Alright. Well, we got a rev, so the question is, does he have a dissolve now? Or will I get a rev off? Alright, let's try for it. He's got 8 cards staying in hand, so... We'll pretend like we have a dissolve sitting up waiting for him. Plus, it's not like I really need 10 building deck. Or the extra 3. And nope. He had another dissolve. Alright, well. C'est la vie, I suppose. C'est la vie. All 3 of our revs so far have been countered. Which is just really awkward more than anything. He's like, I drew the elixir again. Or at least that's my version of what's going through his mind. Because seriously, he drew the elixir again? Divination. We're gonna run out Elspeth to try to bait a counterspell. Because I want this elixir of mine to be successful. So I'd rather actually have Elspeth get countered than an elixir. Because if he has a counterspell, he'll probably use it on Elspeth, would be my guess. No? That's interesting. Alright. We're gonna take a shot. Hey, the elixir resolved. So this is the point where he probably... What's he trying for? His own Elspeth? An Aetherling. You don't say. Interesting. Not much I can really do about it right now. Which is unfortunate. Don't have any main... I mean, I have Simic Charm to attempt to bounce it if he was to tap out for some reason, but I don't see him tapping out for any reason. How did I just skip straight to my beginning of combat? Weird. I think Moto's acting up. 1 second. Let's go to gameplay settings. I'm gonna turn off the foil animation. Sometimes it causes my game to be a little strange. And that should speed things up just a little bit. So I guess I'm in beginning of combat. I might swing with the soldiers anyways. Because, I mean, I'll make more, so... So yeah, he's like, block, and I'm like, okay. Plus Elspeth. Make more guys. Play Jace. Minus Jace. This way we can have a few more cards. Because cards are good. Ooh, Kiora. I like Kiora. I mean, he'll just blink his Aetherling to avoid it having any issues, but I like Kiora because she's an additional win con too. Plus, I can make the race a little more interesting. So I try to take up 2 planeswalkers and makes it a little harder for him. It's like, come on now. You thought this green was just for show? I have a few green spells in my deck, thank you very much. Okay. Well, he's arranging, or thinking about arranging. Maybe. I have no freaking clue what he's up to. Not a freaking clue. where's... Yeah, as you can see, my construction score is not that great right now. But we're working on bringing it upward. Up, up, up. He lost connection to the game. Which is great for me because his clock's already going to kill him. This is still game 1, which means that he's going to have some trouble. But yes, so setting out a billion supreme verdicts is kind of bad in this, but I guess it's fine, sort of. It's not the worst. Well, okay, it's close, but it's not the worst. Oh, something I wanted to mention while we have some spare time. I'm going to be starting a rotating guest list of people that I'm going to have help out with my channel here. So I'm going to have additional commentary from people. I've already got 1 or 2 people who are willing to help out. So I should hopefully be starting that probably next week would be my guess. I don't know the exact specifics yet. I have to figure out some details and stuff like that. But hopefully it will allow us to make the commentary a little more interesting on these games because, well, I mean, you want to make things more interesting for you guys. It makes you guys enjoy it better. So hopefully I'll get that going soon and everything will be well. If you're interested in helping with commentary, feel free to let me know. And I mean, I can talk to you, I can figure things out. We can work on scheduling stuff too. I'm always interested in having more help, so it'd be nice. Also, if you're going to GP Chicago, I will be there. So anyone who's interested in meeting me, I guess you can feel free to get in touch with me. That'd be a little, I don't know. Still kind of working on this whole becoming a YouTube star thing. We'll figure it out. So it's a definite work in progress. I'm clearly still working on it. So we'll figure it out as it goes. And our opponent is still missing. Tisk, tisk, tisk. When you're playing a control deck, you don't want to go missing for 3 minutes. I'm going to be over 10 minutes up on the clock on him. That's just not good for him at all. I mean, he had a solid go here with this Aetherling, but with me getting this extra time on him, it's going to hurt him a lot. Also, seriously, what is with the Mutavaults? They're colorless lands, apparently. They don't even do anything except for tap for colorless mana. And that's what it looks like for right now, apparently. Because that's all he's used it for. He could have been beating me to death, and I wouldn't have had a hope in hell. But instead, tap for colorless mana. That's all Mutavault says. It says, pay $20, tap for colorless mana. I mean, honestly, that's what he's using it for, so I can't really. Just, it's strange. I'm so used to my opponents being proactive with their Mutavaults. Whatever. Whatever. Ooh. Well, I guess. Worst case. 6 more minutes pass and we just straight up win. Well, it would be 7 minutes anyways, but. Kind of hoping my opponent comes back so that way I can keep playing him a bit. I was having fun with this match. I'm thinking I need more answers to Aetherling, but there's not really. I mean, like, you can attempt to D-sphere it and then they just blink it. The only real answers to Aetherling are to counterspell Aetherling. If you don't counterspell Aetherling, Aetherling exists forever. That's a nuisance. Well, this is strange. Well, nah, I don't need to talk right now. We'll just put that over there. Well, I guess we're gonna win here in just a moment or two. His clock's just burning itself downward, so... Hmm. Well, apparently Tour has just decided that he couldn't beat my Kiora Jace island flip off of a Jace, so he's just decided to scoop. I guess that's how it goes, right? Something like that. He just decided that he couldn't win in time, so he's scooping. Well, at any rate, um, I would just pause, but doesn't really matter. I don't mind talking. So far, I've really been enjoying this deck. And I know I'd said that I was going to take black green to GP Chicago, but I'm pretty certain I'm just going to take this deck because I played with black green for long enough to be like, even though I love what black green can do, I suck at playing black green. So, if you seriously suck at playing something, why try to force yourself to play it? Play something you're good at. In my case, I've always loved playing Bant. I'm a good control player, mostly. Let's be realistic here. Mostly, I'm a good control player. I love to dirtle, apparently. As I've been told by my friends, I am a master dirtler. So, I might as well play something that dirtles, which control decks dirtle in general terms. So, I will play. I'm going to probably end up playing this because Bant is probably one. No, it is my favorite three color pie chart piece of the pie. Well, Bug's pretty damn good too. I like Bug as well. Bug, Rug, and Bant. But probably in the order of Bant, Bug, Rug. Just never can get a good Rug deck. Rug decks are really hard to put together. Or I guess, what would the name for Rug actually have been? Seta? I think Seta was it. Ceta. And Anna was Bug, A-N-A. But yeah, so looks like we're just going to win this match because our opponent lost connection, which, good for us, bad for them, whatever. I mean, he didn't have the I was up on him by 6 minutes on the clock, which can be make or break in these kind of games anyways. So, because that's actually the reason I was able to win my game versus Heian here. I think that's H-A... Oh. Well, alright. I win! Yay, I win! Alright. Well, as per usual, people, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, invite friends. I love friends. Also, feel free to get in touch with me if you're interested in potentially starring as a guest. I always like guests, too. And you can add me on Moto if you'd like. I will talk to you. What else? GP Chicago, if you're going to it, feel free to hit me up. I would be glad to talk to you there, meet with you, whatever. And that's it. Y'all have a great night.